Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 12, titled Guardians. This will be my review of the episode. So we're going to talk about the entire episode. So before I get into it, spoiler warning in case you haven't seen the episode or you aren't caught up. Other than that, let's get started. Alright, so this episode was decent. You know, it wasn't the greatest episode or anything, but it was a pretty solid episode. Let me know in the comments down below what did you think about the episode. But what I will say, though, is that that punishment scene took this episode from a 5 to an 8 for me. Yeah, that punishment scene was amazing. I love that scene so much, and we're going to talk more about that in a little bit, but I want to talk about the Alexandria stuff. And like I said before, you know, this episode was definitely one of the slower episodes, and that's okay because, you know, this season has been so fast paced and so much shit happens in each episode that, you know, and there's a lot of stuff that happened during the 6-year time jump that we don't even know really what's going on. So, you know, every couple episodes we need that episode where it kind of takes a step back and, you know, it tells us what's going on, and this is one of those episodes. So I did like the Alexandria meeting they had, and, you know, it is kind of hard to choose a side and, like, say who's right and who's wrong in this scenario, because each person has a great point when they were discussing there. And, you know, it's pretty easy to look at Michonne and say, like, you know, she doesn't want to help the kingdom, so she's automatically in the wrong. But I don't think that's right at all. I think Michonne is actually right in a lot of the stuff she was saying, you know, especially with the Eugene and Rosita situation, running into the Whispers. And, you know, Gabriel did make a good point, though, when he said that who are we going to turn to when we need help. But it did, you know, turn out in everybody else's favor. You know, Michonne said if we come to an agreement, we are going to help the kingdom, which is great. So we are slowly seeing, you know, the problems between the communities go away, which is good. Well, not completely, but, you know, the communities are slowly figuring out what to do, especially Alexandria, which is good because with the Whispers coming in the fair, you know, they're gonna need to be on each other's side, so this is important. I was also pretty surprised how everything went pretty smooth sailing for Rosita, Eugene, Father Gabriel, and Siddiq. Like, I thought there would be some sort of issues, like some issues between them, but nothing really. Everyone's okay with it, which makes sense because it's not like anything wrong happened. Like, Rosita and Siddiq were before she got together with Gabriel. So I was just assuming something bad was gonna happen. But I'm glad they did, and I'm glad because they already have a lot of problems to deal with. So I'm happy they kind of covered that and, you know, went past that. Also, I really liked how Alexandria looks, because we haven't really been exploring Alexandria that much ever since it burnt down in season 8. But this episode we saw a lot of it, which I did like. And I don't know if it was just me or what, but I felt like something was a lot different this episode with the cinematography and the camera angles. Like, everything looked a lot more enhanced. I don't know if it was just me, but I liked it. I felt like there was a new look to what we were seeing on TV, which I did like. I also wrote down, while I was watching the episode, I wrote down, like, Judith standing up for Negan. I did like that. There's something about those Grimes kids, you know, they're all very rebellish. But after this episode, I'm now thinking that Negan is probably not going to get out of the cell until Michonne leaves, because Michonne knows about the Whispers. She knows how dangerous they are, and, you know, that's why she was also warning everybody, like, there's people who dressed up like the dead, you know, we can't just go out there and walk around. So she knows, you know, there's a new threat out there, and she still is very solid in saying, like, no, Negan, you're staying in the cell no matter what. So now, because of how serious she was this episode and how she shut down Negan, I have a feeling Negan isn't going to get out of the cell, like, completely. Like, he's not going to be out and about helping the group and stuff until Michonne leaves in season 10. I mean, unless something changes and maybe, you know, Judith talks Michonne into letting Negan out or something, which I don't really see happening. But just Michonne seems so, like, stern and serious that I don't see Negan escaping until Michonne is out. And Negan was talking to Michonne saying, like, I know a thing or two about leading and stuff. So, but there is no way Michonne would ever let Negan lead or anything. If Michonne ever lets Negan out, like, he's probably going to be doing all the dirty work at Alexandria. There's no way he's going to have a good position there, you know. There's no way Michonne would give that to him. But if Michonne leaves, I think he can talk other people into letting him have that role. So that's why I don't really see Negan escaping now until Michonne leaves in season 10. But who knows, I could be wrong, but just Michonne seemed way too serious in that little moment they had inside of that cell. But let's move on and talk about the Whisper stuff, which I absolutely love. The Whisper stuff really made this episode a lot better for me because, I mean, the Whispers are just so damn entertaining, man. Alpha and Beta especially Alpha. Alpha still is like the highlight of these episodes, even though I thought this episode was gonna be 100% Beta, like it's gonna be his moment to shine, and he was great. I'm not saying he wasn't great or anything, but man, Alpha, every scene she's in, every moment of the episodes where she's, you know, involved, it's just like she is incredible. Ryan Hurst as Beta was amazing. I think he's doing a great job with the voice. He looks humongous compared to the other Whispers, which is great. One thing I will say though is I really wish they didn't show Beta's introduction, or like Beta's first scene in the trailer, because when he came up from behind Henry and grabbed him and pulled him out of that ditch, I love that. But imagine seeing that without knowing he was going to come at that moment, right? Like, how crazy it would have been for his introduction. Like, I really wish they kept that a secret, but still, you know, I'm just going to move past that, not a big deal. But I think he's doing a great job as Beta, and, you know, him pushing around Henry was amazing. I could watch that all day long, you know, just him grabbing Henry and pushing him around, showing his dominance, because he looks a lot taller than 6'4". I don't know if everybody else is just short. I know Ryan Hurst is 6'4", but my man is looking humongous compared to the other Whisperers. Ryan heading scene, wow, that's all I gotta say for that. Just one word, wow. It was an incredible scene. I mean, for a second there, I thought Alpha was gonna like do a psychological thing where she killed the girlfriend, and then like when she gave the boyfriend the head, I was like, damn, Alpha, you are cold. And I thought she was going to do a psychological thing where she makes him suffer and doesn't kill him, but then she just stabbed him on the side, and I was like, okay, Alpha, you are going all out. And it was that moment when Henry, like, I knew Henry was like, damn, I fucked up from coming here. But that beheading scene is, seriously, hands down. Like, even though this episode might have not been the best episode of the season, that scene might be my favorite. That might be my favorite scene of the entire season. Besides Rick getting rescued from a helicopter. But other than that, that scene was amazing, and it's so hard to, and like I feel like each week there's a new scene or a new sequence or something where I'm like, okay, that is up there for the best of the season. Like, this season is incredible, man. I really like the story when Alpha was telling Beta about Lydia when she was younger, and how she got caught in the plastic of the dry cleaners or something when they were in the closet, and how Alpha said, like, I was watching her turn blue. The way she was describing that story, I did like. And Samantha Morton is like, watch out for her next award season. All I'm saying, like, she has a potential. She's doing really, really good. But I like that story because it shows us that Alpha has been evil, like, for a very long time. Like, the Apocalypse did not do this to Alpha. Alpha has been like this for a long time. The Apocalypse just like speeded up that process, you know, a lot faster. The ending of the episode was very tense because, I mean, the last couple episodes have all been tense. The Whispers have brought in a completely new element to the series, which is great. But I did like that ending, and I was genuinely scared for Henry for a second because I had no clue how he was going to escape. But Daryl and Connie, dressed up as the Whispers, came in and saved the day. And that's how you end an episode. That is a great ending to a Walking Dead episode. And what I mean by that is that The Walking Dead doesn't do any more cheesy cliffhangers or anything like that. Like they don't sprinkle it on to the next episode or drag it on or anything like that. Like, each episode ends off with an objective, like, completed. Like, last episode ended off with the completed trade. You know, there was nothing left over. They just did the trade. Daryl gave Lydia back. Alpha gave Luke and Alden back. And then that was it. They went their separate ways. This episode, you know, they ended off the episode with saving Henry. So I like how this season has been completing the episodes with whatever they opened up in the beginning. So the objective in the beginning of the episode is finished by the end. So that way it doesn't kind of drag on to the next couple episodes and make it seem a lot longer than it should be. So that's definitely a step up for The Walking Dead this season. Everybody wanted Daryl to dress up as a Whisperer and come and save the day, and that's exactly what he did. I did like how he had that Whisperer mask on, and next week looks to be a big episode because it looks like we're gonna have that moment in the trailer where we have Beta. The trailer we got way back in November, which I've been waiting for. The big fight between Beta and Daryl. Next week looks to be epic, but as far as this episode goes, I did like it. You know, it was definitely one of the slower episodes, but that's okay. Especially right now what's going on in The Walking Dead. A lot of stuff happened between the 6 years that they have to fill us in on. So, you know, it makes sense for them to take, you know, an episode every few episodes and kind of slow things down and kind of cover what's been going on. Like this episode, we learned a lot about Alexandria and the kingdom and stuff. So it makes sense for them to do that every few episodes. And the Whispers, let me just say, I will never get tired of. They are 100% entertaining, and I've loved every moment that they are on screen. But I am gonna wrap it up for this video. Let me know in the comments down below, what did you think about the episode? What did you like? What didn't you like? All your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Stay tuned for my trailer breakdown for episode 9/13 coming out tomorrow morning, and hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. For more Walking Dead content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.